I think sometimes when you see the people online, not just the Chris Hansons, but the myriad of amateurs, if you even call Chris a pro, who've come afterwards, they want to get someone. And I think they'll go after lonely, low IQ. And I don't mean that as an insult, but like if you tested these people, you'd be like, oh shit. And you have a job and everything.
Dude, yeah, they couldn't join the army.
They go get those guys.
Have you guys seen the poop pills guy?
Is this a different fella? The poop pills?
This is like an Asian guy that one of these predator poacher. It's not predator poachers. I don't remember who it is. Maybe I forget. It's on Rumble.
This is one of our sponsors, so tread carefully. You know.
Yeah, he goes on there. He goes on there and he goes to like CVS or Walgreens, and there's this little Asian guy, and he's there to meet a 13-year-old or 14-year-old, whatever it is, doesn't fucking matter. And he's like, I'm here for my poop pills, and he just starts freaking out and having this like meltdown in public. And he's like, I have to poop. And he just starts freaking out and keep talking. It's like it's fake, but it's not. It's real. He gets in his car, fucking crashes, drives away. You've seen that. Yeah, you've seen that. And like his little box car. It's like a little fucking box.
Does he flip it upside down? Like he incapacitates the vehicle, maybe.
It like hits a curb and fucking knocks like that thing had to weigh 40 pounds in the back by how it popped off the ground. Like he had to jump.
Is
like
Evil Knievel. When you say
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. If I'm
very
ugly. So long since I've seen it. I thought it was like, well, he's not going anywhere now. Like
I poop pills.
Did he have a pooping problem that was established, or was that his like this is the only thing I can think of?
He has that in the back of his head. He's like,
yeah, that's his thing.
I'm here for poop pills. No one would admit to poop pills. No one would.
Yeah. He appeared constipated.
I'm honest.
He appeared constipated. That's the easiest thing to fake.
Oh, I always thought you needed like a child predator hunting license or something. You had to go to
permit,
like the local police department, or maybe the feds even. Yeah. But apparently, all you need is a microphone and a telephone, because Vitaly is doing it now. You remember Vitaly? He's a Russian YouTuber, did pranks for a long time.
Oh,
I did that stupid thing.
What I'm thinking of. Not the weightlifter
actual
guy.
Russian. Yeah, he got real buff on. He started doing testosterone and other steroids for a while and got like real fucking.
That's
buff.
A good prerequisite to pedophile hunting.
Well, he doesn't look as big as he used to, and he also had like, I like Vitaly. I've met Vitaly a couple times. He had some kind of a issue a year or two ago where he went a bit deranged and maybe
a slight issue.
You know,
allegedly, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Some of us were a little more spicy.
There were mug shots, but I've been there too. So who knows the full story?
Yeah.
But now I guess maybe as part-time, he was either Rumble or one of those.
Kick.
What's it? Is that
Kick.
What is it?
He's on Kick. Yeah. Oh,
that's where he live streams.
That's where he does his predator hunting. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, they lured a 70-something-year-old pedophile to like have lunch with a child, and then they start, making. I caught up at the point where he'd been found out, and a lot of people are watching this guy. He'd been found out, and Vitaly and his like squad is on the sidewalk now, and the 70-year-old is approaching them, maybe after he's already went through the embarrassing part of being called out, and I think he's trying to like apologize or make some amends or see if Vitaly is a cop or something. And just some dude walks up. He's like, yo, I got kids. And decks the 70-year-old, knocks him completely unconscious, and he hits his skull on the concrete and everybody Vitaly has the best comedic timing. Bill Murray, fucking Chevy Chase, eat your heart out. He goes, oh no, someone stop him. As he runs away, as he sprints away. And I mean, when somebody can actually run, how quick they get gone.
Yeah.
It was like that. He's like gone.
Why did that guy run away? Why did he could have been a key to the city hero?
He just attempted murdered an old man.
And there's like a puddle of blood on the ground. It looks dark.
Yeah, but he didn't have a little kid in his arms or anything. He was there apologizing for his.
Yeah.
Do you think that the pedophile hunting community, like, there's almost a purism to it where like they're like, I'm hunting the dangerous, like 25, 30-year-old pedophiles, and you're basically doing what that dentist did to that old lion. Like you have no honor in your pedophile hunting. You're taking the safe targets.
Yeah, that was a good pedophile. He was over the hill. He was keeping the young ones at bay. He was keeping them squashed down.
He was even more dangerous, if anything, because he's given the young pedophiles hope that they could survive in their way of life until like 80.
He's like the master vampire.
Yeah, he's Master Splinter. He's training
pedophiles.
Yeah,
he also Vitaly also caught allegedly this guy Herschel Vainrod, the screenwriter for Space Jam, the movie Space Jam, caught him.
The old one.
Oh no,
at the one from 95 or 96.
Oh, that sucks. That one's okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well,
I don't like that one bit.
Anybody who works around kids, you got to wonder, like, why did you pick this job? This doesn't pay
it's weird.
What you're putting up with. It should pay more to have to be around kids. You
Be suspicious of anyone kind to children.
Yeah. Like I hate them. When I hear them playing outside my house, I get like angry. Mm-hmm. And so like the idea of going so far the other way, I'm glad that that's how God made me. Someone who hates children.
You're just a hater.
It's better to hate children than to love them too much. I'll tell you that right now.
100%. For sure, especially if they're not your own.
Yeah.
Safe bet.
When you yell at them, like when you're in your neighborhood yelling at them, Kyle, do you always lead where you're like, and you're also ugly? You're ugly kids, hate you.
I don't yell at them.
Two ponytails? What is that about, bitch?
Yeah.
She had one. They weren't side by side. They were high and low. It made no fucking sense.
Your head looks like a wheelbarrow.
I've only yelled at them once. Just when they were using my driveway as like a skateboard ramp. There's like a bunch of them out there racing around my cars, so they had to go. But
do you dislike them outside because they're noisy?
Yeah. I just don't want to hear their happy little voices walking by my house.
Dude, it sounds funny, but when I lived in a townhouse, we didn't all have our own yards. It was like this shared yard in front of my unit. And I fucking hated the children. I never went outside and said anything. But inside, I would just complain to my wife because they're screaming. Silence your goddamn kids.
Shut up. We're having so much fun, you little fuckers.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not having fun.
Yeah, I would pray for rain and storms during the summer when I lived in a neighborhood.
Yeah, you guys are Grinches.
And remember Boogie. Oh no, I always say Boogie because I think fat and Boogie's like Boogie and fat are synonymous to me. It's like saying large
catching strays for no reason.
I know.
Easy for him to catch him. You know,
exact big guys. Like imagine being as big as he was in a war. He'd be catching like literal strays all the time.
Yeah.
Like, how have you been hit 8 times today, soldier?
The other people use his cover.
Can you imagine him at Bastogne? He's like taking his jacket off. He's so hot. He's
what am I laughing at?
It's because we're laughing because he's fat.
Because he's a big old fat person, and you know that's funny. He's made a living out of doing it.
He's the one who made a video, like a documentary, and then promoted it where it was like, "I'm a big fat loser. Feel bad for me." And now we're laughing at him for being a big fat loser, but I don't feel bad for him.
I don't think he's a loser. I just think that he's a big fat person and he makes people laugh with that talent or attribute, if you will. And I don't think he'd be butthurt about someone pointing out that he's a big boy or making a funny joke, like imagining him at the Somme trying to rush those German guns. Like, I just don't think he'd get very far. He's a big boy.
You think Vin Diesel could have saved him? Nah.
I love Vin.
No.
You love
Mark's work schedule would save him, though. I saw.
Do you know Boogie, Caleb? Have you ever talked to him?
I was on the Locale podcast before PKA, so that's the extent of my knowledge of Boogie, really, to be honest.
I don't know him. He's not even a bad dude. I don't dislike him. I just enjoyed seeing Woody feel bad when making fun of him, so I had to get into that. So
dude, our audience gave him such a hard time the last time he was on. Did he do a good job or a bad job?
Our audience? That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, no, I swear.
Yeah, he seems like a good enough dude. Hopefully he's losing some weight.
You know, it's hard to keep fucking personal attribute score after a decade or so, but I don't remember him doing anything like that I thought was bad or like evil anyway. You know, he's done some questionable things, but it's
just
like
pitiful.
He's just exactly. He's like he's his own worst enemy.
Eat that pussy, that guy, EDP. So you know, EDP is like a well-known pedophile. He's been busted like twice. Like, it's crazy.
But he is well known. You have heard of him.
You have heard of him.
High level.
I was watching that Kendrick Lamar song, and it's the one part where it's like certified lover boy, certified pedophile, and when they say pedophile, they show a picture of Boogie, and it's like whop 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 whop, and I'm laughing my ass. You know,
it wasn't EDP.
It's not Kendrick Lamar's.
I think he meant EDP.
I did it again, didn't I?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Boogie. I know you're not a pedophile.
Boogie's not a
fat. You just like Oreos, not kids.
He's just a big fat guy. He didn't do. He's
God
just
damn
a fat.
I'm genuinely not trying to do that to him. EDP, the fat black guy. He's the
Mhm.
one. Yeah,
Mhm.
he might be my favorite, like kind of known person, certainly from our little realm, who's been busted for the philia, because he was so. First of all, the people that caught him really mocked him and derided him, like in a
Oh,
way
yeah.
Chris Hansen never would. Chris would be like, "Oh, so what are you doing here tonight?
Mhm.
Just out on the town?" Like
Mhm.
that's as mean as he get. These guys
Mhm.
are like, "Hey, fatty, we got your poop pictures here. Yeah, that's right. We're not into poop, but clearly you are. Ew, what did you eat, fatty?" And it's like, Jesus, this is lowbrow shit, but it's
What
mean.
didn't you eat?
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
fully on board with that. Like the powerful looking fat guy calling EDP
Big
fat.
beard.
Because the big
Alex
beard
Rosen.
Rascal
Alex
McGovern.
Rosen, Rascal McGovern, as you donned him. I
Dubbed.
saw a video of him, dubbed him, yeah. I saw a video of him like powerlifting, and like immediately it was so funny. I'm like, oh, he's that kind of fat. All right, I fuck with this guy even more now.
Didn't you meet him? Didn't we meet him together?
Did we meet him at that event? Did we meet? Was that who that was?
Yeah.
I guess I met this guy. All right.
Yeah, we met that guy.
It was wonderful to meet you, Alex. And this is a bit I remembered.
Yeah.
It just got me thinking is all. If
You made a
Vitaly
huge
can
impression
catch-
on Taylor, by the way.
Oops.
If Vitaly can catch pedophiles, I don't see why we can't. We should catch ourselves a pedophile.
Catch it.
Ooh.
100%
Alex has like
Nick.
he has got a nearly 50% incarceration rate now. He like arrests, gets half of them to go to jail. It's pretty impressive.
Good
Yeah,
for
that is
him.
impressive.
Way better
Yeah.
than I would imagine what Chris Hansen got.
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
about
all
that.
of them.
By the end, they had like a whole investigation running side by side.
But
so I
like
think
his
they're getting a
main
lot of them.
show. I think it was
Yeah.
you, Kyle, who told me that
Dateline.
most of those guys didn't end up going to jail.
Well, basically, it's like this. The first season, they didn't know this was going to work. They didn't know what was going to happen. So they were shocked when like dozens of pedophiles were either showing up or trying to show up or one thing or the other. So and then the viewers were like, whoa. You're letting them go? And they're like, they had to change the format of the show. They had to get the cops involved.
Yeah.
But even then, sometimes the evidence wouldn't be right, or maybe something would be done inappropriately as far as the investigation. The cops, it's not like the movies, I guess. The cops can't just be like, you're guilty.
Yeah.
All right, come with us. They there's a chain of command.
Come with us, molester.
Yeah, it didn't always work out.
Yeah.
But the recent episodes I've seen, they do that after report where they show like what they got sentenced to, and it varies so wildly that it feels kind of dirty. Like it's like, well, hang on, we can't give this guy 6 months if you're going to give him 16
Right.
years. Like
Exactly.
what the fuck?
How do you get into catching pedophiles?
That's
Do
what I'm
you just,
saying.
like-
All you need is like a phone and like a like that's it. You
Good lying.
I'm taking a totally different approach. I'm casing elementary schools, playgrounds, shit like that. That's where they hang out, right?
You're not
Yeah,
Batmaning this. We're gonna
Holy shit.
You're not telling me what to do, Kyle.
okay. You'll be our exterior squad. You're
gonna love my costume.
wearing your mask, watching, keeping a close eye on the kids.
Just
with your
paramotoring
camel
from
back
playground
on.
to playground, looking for.
Oh, you're just doing goals up there.
They call him the Candy Man. You're just dropping stuff from your paramotor.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'd have
No
to talk to Alex Rosen. Like, what do you?
Oh no!
Like,
we
how
would
do
be
you
hell.
actually catch them?
All right, so here's what I'd do. I would go onto like Reddit or somewhere like that, and I would pose as like a teen.
Yeah.
Somewhere I'd be like a confused teen on a subreddit that's for teenagers, and then I would wait for the creepy messages to pile in, and I'd start talking to them.
Do you
But
think
you'd wanna-
many would actually come in?
You see it all the time. Like you'll see posts where people will be like, "Hey, I'm 15. All I posted was new shoes for cheerleading practice. It's my feet in the shoes. These are my messages." And it's like, we've gone to a dark place.
Oh shit! Anyone out there listening to this, if you want to pretend to be a teenager online, send us the screen caps of the pedophiles. Tweet those at me. I want to see if we can find some.
Yeah,
Get some
you know what I
on
would
the net.
you know what I would be worried about, and this is like weird, but it's such an awful pedophilia is like the worst thing. We always say it, but like I'd be afraid it's somehow a crime to like be on the receiving end of the pedophilia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
entrapment.
I'd be weird. I'd
Oh.
be weird that, or not even that like somehow it would seem like I'm creepy because I have a 14-year-old girl profile that I'm operating online. I'd imagine you're out there trying to catch pedos, but you just get caught pretending to be a 14-year-old girl.
Just because my Reddit handle is 16 and slutty doesn't mean I'm creepy.
Yeah, right? Like, you need cameras there. Like, all right, everyone, now we're going to log in. We're watching the teen profile we're using to catch bad people. Everybody ready for this?
It would only be creepy if it was like, like they're like, Kyle caught the pedophile. Over the months, he'd made tens of thousands of profiles pretending to be the same 11-year-old girl.
And using it after the sting.
People question his methods by using pictures of actual children. Like,
just using actual children. He recruits them.
I mean, I know
that seems illegal.
Chris Hansen used to get like 20-year-olds who looked like 15. Yeah. That was his like workaround, which is it's just a young.
He's got like this cute 20-year-old college student wearing a baseball cap and some jeans, like she looks 12. It's like, bro, don't go in. Those cookies aren't for you. Don't go in.
It's like their last meal. Their little cookies.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're already done. They're already cooked. You want, like, going in is definitely showing, probably, escalating things. But once they show up, I think once they're in the yard there, they fucked up. Sometimes the cops will be in ghillie suits. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, the dude in the ghillie suit jumps out.
Bushes.
I love that. That guy's having such a fun evening.
Yeah,
there was
like,
a guy.
Hey, Chief, can I get the ghillie out? Well, Datelines here. Why not?
An ex MLB pitcher got stinged yesterday or 2 days ago or something like that. And there was a guy who apparently looked like me. People tagged me like a million times on Twitter. They were like, "Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that?" And the guy who tackled him looked like me with a mustache, white guy with a mustache, luckily. But they just opened the door and he fucking bull charged him and tackled him onto the grass, which that seemed aggressive, but he must have been a really bad pedophile. I loved it. Yeah, I thought that was great.
Yeah, I'm fine with tackling pedophiles.
He like knocks or rings or whatever, and when the door opens, there's a camera so you can see what's going on inside the room just before he opens the door. And the cops are sort of on the starting blocks. You know how before a race you get ready and in position?
Yeah.
They're all on the starting blocks, and they know who's going first, second, third. So they flow out of that room like 8 deep rapidly, and the lead man wraps our pedophile up and tackles him to the ground, sends him flying a few feet, like Bobby Boucher tackles him to the ground.
Yeah,
it was pretty. I didn't mind it at all because you saw that other clip where the pedophile immediately pulls the handgun out when he sees the cops. The cops were kind of like pushing up on him, but they were still being what you call polite, like cop polite.
How would you even get them in the end, though? Like, let's say that you have the most convincing fake profile, Kyle. And you actually bait a pedophile who happens to be in your area, and you're like, meet me at the fucking Bojangles off 7th Street at noon. And then you meet him there, and then you're like, aha, I've got you.
Yeah.
Right? And then if you call the police, are the police going to be like, actually, because you're an adult, he wasn't actually talking to a minor? Or would he be in trouble for like, well, this guy thought you were a minor, and he was clearly going to do something illegal?
Yeah, you'd have to ask Rascal McGovens about the particulars, but I noticed sometimes with Chris Hansen that it'll be like, they will just them saying that they're coming there to do the things and then showing up is showing the intent. So, and there's also laws about, I don't know how it's phrased, but speaking dirty to children through the internet, like
cockpit.
Sending dirty pics is definitely its own crime too.
Yeah, if they do that,
had something that proved you knew it was a prank.
They do that, and it's
like if I showed up with a note in my pocket that said, "I knew this was Chris Hansen. I'm actually here for the cookies." Right?
I think it's
written. I can pull this out.
Yeah.
Viable
defense. I think the guy did
interesting.
That. Well, it would depend what you had written in the messages. In the messages, he was like, "Yo, Chris, I know it's you. I'm coming for them cookies." Like I think you'd be all good because you never said you were doing anything dirty. You never did anything dirty. You're sitting there.
But what if you sent a picture of your cock though?
That's a problem.
Because
that's a problem.
Yeah.
Is that illegal?
Yeah, to a child.
Send a picture of your cock to a child.
What if I know it's not a child? Right? In this scenario, I knew it was Chris Hansen.
Well, I think you'd be under the implication that it is a child.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to fight that one in court, I think, Woody.
Yeah, I don't think people are not going to take your side.
But I got a litter.
I bet being like Alex Rosen, one of like the pedophile hunters, I bet it's fun when you start because you're like, yeah, I'm catching a bunch of these guys. But I bet it's like staring into the abyss after a while, where you probably have a sensation where you're like, for every one of these Hydra heads that I chop off, 3 more sprout up in its place. Like this will never. There are way more of these people than I thought there were. Yeah, I never looked at my own. I had a friend show me their like the sex offender map that you can look up online, and he was like showing me his own neighborhood, and he's like, look, there's someone fucking over here. And I was like, oh, I should look up my own house and like see who's around me. And I never did because I'm like, I almost don't want to know. I don't have kids. When I have kids, I'll have to.
What if your next door neighbor raped like a middle-aged bodybuilder?
I'm gonna check it out right now.
What if he likes big-headed? What if he like kind of not even that overweight guys?
Yeah. What if you're his type? Is what I'm getting at. Like that could be a problem. I'd want to know if that guy was next door. Need to make friends.
That's fair. I'm stronger than all my neighbors. Many of them are boomers. So I'm not. I live in no fear of my boomer neighbors. They're not going to get me.
At least not going to rape you.
Yeah. Well, I guess they could like kill me or something, but I don't think. Yeah. We're on good terms. You know.